Hey everyone, and welcome to CineMike. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. So in today's video, guys, I just thought I'd go through basically all the movies I've watched so far in 2026. We have this lovely stack here of DVDs, Blu-rays and 4Ks, which I'll be getting into today. I have also been to the cinema a few times this year, so obviously I don't physically own those, or I've watched something on streaming, so I'll just pop the posters up either side of the screen. So without further ado, let's get into the list. Kicking off with number one, which was Army of Darkness on DVD. Now some of you might be thinking, Michael, you absolutely love Evil Dead, why did you watch the DVD and not the 4K? To be completely honest with you, this was a little bit of an experiment. I absolutely adore Army of Darkness. It is a top 10 favourite film of mine of all time. It's also my favourite in the Evil Dead franchise, and if you want to hear more thoughts on what the Evil Dead films mean to me, she made a video quite a while back early on in the channel about films that mean the most to me, so I'll link that down below if you want to see that. The reason for the DVD watch over the 4K watch is for that kind of retro vibe. I saw this in a charity shop, the sticker's still there, and I just thought it's such a cool edition. It's got my preferred poster of Army of Darkness on the front. I just thought, why not? It was a cool DVD, a cool little pickup, and I wanted to see some of that grain. I feel like sometimes 4K can polish too much, and as much the 4K looks great for Army of Darkness, I just kind of wanted that retro-y feel. So when I did revisit it, which I do very, very often, about 3-4 times a year, I thought, why not give it a go on DVD? And it looked great, honestly, it really did. Just for context though, I would really like to show off the 4K Steelbook because it probably is my favorite Steelbook of all time for one of my favorite films ever made as well. This is the full art there. It's also a 4-disc Steelbook. This is not the first time I've spoken about this movie on the channel, and it is certainly not the last. There you go. Those are the other discs there. And as well, for anyone curious, these are the bonus features and extras you get with the 4K itself. Just to clarify as well, guys, these movies aren't in any particular order. I'm just kind of showing them randomly. Coming up next, however, is a movie I really do want to talk about and share with you guys on the channel, and that is Hundreds of Beavers. I can imagine half of you are probably like, yes, he's watched it, he loves it, which I absolutely do. The other half of you are probably thinking, what is Hundreds of Beavers? Hundreds of Beavers is one of the best films I have seen in probably the last 5 years. It literally takes Charlie Chaplin or Harold Lloyd or Buster Keaton, any of those kind of black and white era slapstick comedy people, mixed with Tom and Jerry, mixed with Looney Tunes cartoon style violence. You know, the kind where you get bashed in the teeth and then the character will like shake it off and their teeth are back to normal. It's that kind of humor. And this film is over the top when it comes to the slapstick. The stunts, which obviously a lot of them are not real compared to the authenticity back in the day, nevertheless insane. Some of the stuff happens in this film is just crazy, and it has one of my favorite final acts of a film ever. The film is actually quite dark too. I'd say it's dark, it's comedic, both in a dark way and just in a generic comedic way. It's gory as well. Well, not gory, but like when there is that cartoon violence, it's quite extreme. It's witty, it's creative, the setting is fantastic. I don't really want to talk too much about this movie because I think you guys, if you haven't watched it, please watch it soon. It's incredible. It was in my December pickups video, I believe, that I made. And yeah, it's just a phenomenal film. I mean, just look at this slipcover as well, all the carnage going on here. That's exactly what to expect from the film. I absolutely love it. I don't give this rating out often, but this film to me is a true 10 out of 10. And I give maybe one film a year 10 out of 10, and this is one of them. Another movie that was a first time watch for me, one that I've spoken about previously on the channel. Admittedly, I hadn't seen it, but I now have, and I absolutely adore it. I think it is insane. That is The Substance. This movie truly disturbed me on levels that I didn't realize. To be completely frank with you guys, I had been warned in advance, oh, it's really over the top with this, it's gory, it's, you know, extreme, and I didn't 100% know what to expect, but oh my goodness, this film slapped me in the face with some of the dark themes and the prosthetics, and I can't even show any still shots because it'll probably get cut from YouTube. But the performances in this movie are brilliant. I also think what the film is about and the themes in there are really important in this day and age. It's about the beauty industry, especially when it comes to Hollywood, what it means to be, you know, attractive and the kinds of things you should aim to do and achieve. This movie is very important too. I definitely think the themes within it are very relevant in Hollywood today and always have been. It definitely exposes in a very extreme, unrealistic way, but nevertheless definitely emphasizes that there is a big problem in beauty industries and Hollywood and all these other things where beauty is held to such a standard that people are literally willing to do things to themselves without, you know, causing permanent harm just in order to reach the standards that the industry holds. There's lots and lots and lots of depth to this movie, so if you've seen it, you probably know what I'm talking about. If you haven't seen the movie, try and avoid trailers, I'd even say. Just jump in with faith, as long as your stomach can handle it. Because there were a couple of scenes which I was like, I always was looking through my fingers. It was kind of painful to watch, but nevertheless, a fantastic movie. Very reminiscent of films like The Fly with Jeff Goldblum. If that's up your street, body horror, you know, kind of morphing into things, that kind of body horror, this is definitely your movie. But yeah, guys, I have finally seen it. I've been bombarded with messages being like, why have you not seen The Substance? You're going to love The Substance. Can't wait to hear your thoughts on The Substance. Well, now I've watched it. So yeah, it's great. And again, pretty much as close to perfection as you can get. Coming up next is a TV series, which I only just finished this last weekend. Again, showed this off in my December haul, I believe. And that is Goblin Slayer. Specifically season 1. Goblin Slayer is an anime TV series about a man that slays goblins. Very gory, action-packed, full of great characters, just an amazing show. Really, really easy watch too. The steelbook's absolutely gorgeous. I did show it off in my December haul video if you want to check that out. It follows this mysterious hero who is a professional at hunting goblins, and he comes across and meets new people along the way who become his companions, and they go on quests together. And yeah, it's just a great TV series. Cannot wait for season 2. You can get it on Blu-ray. I also believe there is sort of a sequel film that takes place between season 1 and season 2. I could be wrong about that, but I know there is a film that I'm excited to check out as well. If you guys have checked out season 2, let me know. How do the two compare? Is it better? Does it go downhill? Let me know. But nevertheless, I really recommend this. If you love that kind of mythical fantasy element, but a lot of gore, this action-packed TV series is fantastic, and I really, really enjoyed it. Coming up next is another rewatch, one of my favorite Arrow films of all time in the line, and that is Versus. Similar to Army of Darkness, this is another movie that I like to revisit quite often. I want to say at least a handful of times a year. It actually kind of screams a big Evil Dead vibe. It's almost like the Asian cinema version of Evil Dead. I know there actually is a Japanese film, I believe, that's actually meant to be reminiscent of Evil Dead. I can't remember the name from the top of my head. I'll show it up on the screen now. Yeah, whatever that picture was I just showed, that's the one I'm talking about. But this film is pretty close to the vibe of Evil Dead, if that's your kind of thing. It's just full of gore, violence, it's comedic, it's very over the top, borderline slapstick at points. It's just a fantastic film. I remember I bought this blindly a number of years ago from Arrow when I was first collecting Arrow video Blu-rays. And I just remember putting it on, being like, this film is incredible. It's zombies, it's ninjas, it's samurai swords, it's guns, it's over-the-top blood splatter, it's Tarantino, it's Evil Dead. Like, imagine putting all of that into one film. That's exactly what this is, and I just love it. So yeah, not too much else to say about it. It's just a film I like to rewatch a lot, but I thought I'd include it in this list. I watched it a couple of weeks back. Coming up next, sticking with the Evil Dead kind of theme, this film is actually coming out from Arrow Video in the US very, very soon. If not, it's already out. I own the 4K steelbook for it, and that is Evil Dead Rise. This film is a brilliant, brilliant sequel to the Evil Dead films. I wouldn't even say it's a sequel because it's not connected in that sense. Apart from the Necronomicon, you know, there's no Ash in this, there's no previous characters featured in the other films in this. It is its own film. Nevertheless, it fits in superbly within the Evil Dead universe and very much matches the darkness and grittiness from the 2013 one as well. This steelbook I do just want to show off as well. It says "Mummy loves you to death" on the back there. On the inside we do have 2 discs as well with the 4K with the back art as well. I remember seeing this film in the cinema and absolutely falling in love with it. All I'm going to say, guys, is if you haven't seen the film, on the spine there is a cheese grater there. Hopefully the camera can pick it up. If you haven't seen the film, you're probably thinking, why is there a cheese grater on the side? But if you have seen the film, you know exactly why there's a cheese grater on the side. That's all I'm going to say on that. But nevertheless, fantastic film. Not my favourite Evil Dead film by any means. It's quite unique compared to the original trilogy, but still fantastic nevertheless, and one that I enjoy rewatching about once a year. Moving on, another movie that's an absolute fan favourite of mine. Nothing to do with the game itself, just simply this film. I've never played the game. I just personally love this film to death, and that is Dungeons and Dragons. This is the movie starring Chris Pine, Hugh Grant, Michelle Rodriguez, and a massive big cast. I absolutely love this movie. I am a sucker for fantasy, adventure, and despite the fact I've never played the game or the role-playing game or anything like that, this movie just introduces you to that whole world and the vibe in such a brilliant way. This film has a lot of practical effects too, which I really appreciate, especially when it comes to fantasy. There's lots of great action in there, comedy. It's just great. The characters are fantastic too, and I cannot wait for the sequel that's been kind of teased. It's not fully confirmed to the best of my knowledge, but I know Chris Pine said if the offer ever came up or they passed him a script saying, would you like to do Dungeons & Dragons 2? He absolutely would, and I really hope that happens. Let's pray it does, because Honor Among the Thieves is a fantastic movie. And if you haven't watched it, but you do love your fantasy and magic and knights and dragons and all that stuff, check this movie out. Before I show off the last few movies that I've watched from my collection, I will just show up on the screen the movies I watched on streaming. I do have to admit, guys, when it comes to watching movies, my girlfriend, we find it quite easy to sit down, eat our dinner and just watch something like a rom-com. So they're not necessarily the best films in the world, but yeah, I'm just going to show them up on the screen here. I have also been to the cinema a few times so far this year as well. I kicked off the year by watching the movie Primate, which I have also done a review for separately on the channel. So again, if you want to check that out, the link is below. Over this past weekend, I also went to the movies as well with my girlfriend, and we watched The Housemaid, which was actually surprisingly quite good in terms of up my street. And I was going into it thinking like, oh, all the girls are talking about it, you know, this and that, but it was genuinely quite a good film. I actually really enjoyed it. I thought the performances were good. I thought the tension was great. The storytelling was great. And I haven't actually read the book. My girlfriend has, which is why she wanted to see it. She said she did ultimately prefer the book, which I think that comes down to most books to film adaptations. The fans of the books always prefer the books over the film. But as a blind viewer myself, you know, just going into it, not 100% knowing what to expect, it was pretty good. It is one to watch, I think, especially in the cinema. It does build that tension. It's actually quite gory at points too. But nevertheless, quite a good mystery, psychological drama that I enjoyed quite a lot. The other movie that I want to spend a little bit of time talking about, probably should have done a separate review for this, and that is The Return to Silent Hill. Return to Silent Hill is based off the big hit game, which is Silent Hill 2. Here I do have the remake that came out about a couple of years ago now on PlayStation. This film, how do I say this in the politest way possible? Oh, I don't know if there is a polite way to say this. It was probably one of the worst films I have experienced in a cinema. I think a huge part of this is the fact I am such a big fan of the games, especially the game it is based off specifically and the whole universe. And this film just doesn't do it justice whatsoever in the slightest. I don't know if you guys have seen it or if you've seen reviews, but the reviews speak for themselves. That's all I'm going to say. Go on IMDb, just go on any site and for the reviews. And anyone who actually knows what they're talking about when it comes to the games and things, they'll let you know how this film is. Say I'm disappointed. Yeah, it's just not great. I think the main issue with the film is it shows too many flashbacks for part of the story that people don't really care about too much. all the bits we want to see, which are like the action-packed parts that the gamers are very involved in, very intense, tight corridor scenes. You're in the dark, you spend most of the game with a flashlight, very limited ammo, a metal pipe that you use to beat monsters with, things like that. And this movie literally had maybe one scene, literally one scene, one brief moment of violence or demonstration of James fighting the monsters, which is basically what the whole game is about, and the movie showed it for literally like 2 seconds. The film basically doesn't focus on the monsters at all, which are a big part of James's psyche in the first place, which takes away from the whole point of Silent Hill. That's I could go on about this forever, guys, but me and my friend Jason, who I watched the movie with, we were talking about it after, thinking, who was this movie made for? If it was made for the fans, it's a massive disservice against the game, so you're going to annoy the fans. But if the film is designed for people who haven't played the games, but it's kind of encouraging to play the games, it doesn't do them service either, because the film is nothing like the games. So who was this movie made for? It just makes you wonder who actually wrote this script and have they actually ever played a Silent Hill game? It just feels like someone went online, Googled, what is Silent Hill about? Read like the first couple lines, I was like, great, yeah, let's make a movie. It doesn't feel like any heart was actually put into it, because when you watch the film and then you play the games or know what the games are about to some detail, the two are basically not related at all. There were so many things in the film where I was like, why are they putting such an emphasis on this when it should be like this? Oh, it absolutely did my head in being in that cinema watching that film. I just don't understand why it was made. The people who made it, I don't believe they've ever played the game or even know what the game's about, because the film didn't do it any service at all. But anyway, that's enough about that. I waffled on too much. Let's move on to the next movies. Alrighty, we're down to the last few movies in the collection. This was one I got at Christmas time, and that is the movie Witness with Harrison Ford. This is a fantastic murder mystery from the 80s, starring Harrison Ford himself. I believe I said this in my pickup video at the time for the movie, but I think Harrison Ford demonstrates his best acting ability when he's in his less iconic roles. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love Indiana Jones. He kills that role. No one else could do it. He's insane as Han Solo. Again, no one else could ever do that. But his real acting ability, I feel like, comes out in movies like this or a film like Blade Runner. He plays a detective, a police officer who basically has to investigate the murder of a guy, and this little Amish boy was the one to witness the murder, and Harrison Ford goes to the land where they live to protect this boy. Before they know it, they get caught in some of the crossfire of all the shenanigans going around this case. This is an Arrow 4K. They did a fantastic job again with the packaging. Here are some of the bonus features here for anyone who might want to see. As always, guys, you do get the 4K in there. You also get the booklet, poster, postcards, things of that nature. Nice hard box as well. It is a brilliant film. It is a brilliant set. It's fantastic. I really, really enjoyed it. This was a first time watch for me as well. It's definitely one I will revisit too. And yeah, I highly recommend you guys pick it up. And last but not least, the final movies that I've watched so far this year are the last few movies in the Dollman versus Demonic Toys, or Demonic X Toys box set. This was a box set I picked up a few months ago from 101 Movies. It's part of their Black Label collection. Here are the movies and some of the features behind. Within this box set, you get Dollman, you get Demonic Toys, you get Dollman versus Demonic Toys, you get Demonic Toys 2, Demonic Toys Jack Attack, and Baby Oopsie Trilogy. I had watched the first few movies in this box set and I didn't get around to finishing it. So this year so far, about every other weekend, I've been ticking them off and watching them one by one. Very short films, very enjoyable though, very, very, very much of their time. I believe they are 90s, 80s, 90s mostly. Fantastic set from 101. I absolutely love these editions that they do. Beautiful hard box as well, packed full of features. The transfers are crazy as well. Really, really good, really high quality box. 101 never let us down, and yeah, look forward to more sets from them this year. So that brings us to the end of this video, guys. Let me know on your thoughts on any one of these movies or the TV series that I'd watched. Have you guys watched many movies this year? If you have any recommendations, again, let me know down below in the comments. I respond to every single one. As always, guys, if you could like the video, that'd be great. Subscribe if you haven't already. We're so close to 400 subscribers now. Turn on that bell notification too so you never miss a post from me. And I'll catch you in the next one.